Hey folks, and welcome back to What the Tech, your home for tech, news and reviews. So the NDA for AMD Ryzen has now lifted and the 1800X is out there pumping out the benchmarks, but has it lived up to the expectations? You bet your silicone it has. Finally we have something that can wave in Intel's face and say,
Hey, stop it. Stop it. Okay.
Okay, so let's break down what we can expect to get as part of AMD's Ryzen 1800X. Essentially, you're getting the cream of the crop from AMD with an 8-core, 16-thread, 4GHz CPU that's capable of keeping up with some of Intel's big guns, namely the i7-6900K in pretty much every benchmark imaginable. Here's some of the benchmark results that we've seen online, and clearly we can indeed confirm that AMD are on the money with Ryzen and the 1800X. Cinebench R15 single thread benchmark shows just 12 points separating the 1800X and the 6900K, and just 112 points in the multi-thread tests. We can see similar results with the 1800X coming in just behind the 6900K across the board. Now benchmarks are all well and good, but let's get to what we really want to see. How does this CPU stack up in games? Well, pretty damn well. Again, it's clear to see that the 1800X is there or thereabouts at the top end of all the charts, making it easily a contender with Intel's i7-6900K. But we've heard all the hype, and we know that AMD have specifically told us to look at comparing the 1800X with the 6900K, and yes, it does indeed go toe to toe with it.
And you stay there until I tell you to come out. Is that understood? Any questions? Okay, let's go back to your corner now. Let's go.
I'll bust you all.
Go for it.
But let's just take a step back for a second and look at the previous performance from the AMD camp. In terms of the last flagship CPU we've had from AMD, the FX8320E, the improvements in TDP, temp and performance is absolutely incredible and should be commended for such a big step forward. AMD have finally taken the leap back into the ring and delivered an impressive CPU that looks to deliver something the market has sorely lacked for some time, a competitor to Intel's desktop CPU monopoly. Now there are some negatives we do need to mention with the 1800X at their time of launch though as well, but they are few. As we've come to expect from AMD, their CPUs can run warm, quite warm, but not in the realms of insanity, and a high-end AIO or dedicated water cooling loop will absolutely do the job. Even some air coolers will be okay, although probably leave things slightly more toasty than you'd like.
Baby, could you give me a towel so I could wipe the sweat from my head?
They're all dirty, okay? JD used to wash them.
It's so hot!
There also appear to be a few issues with RAM speeds and attaining that 3000 MHz notch. However, some of these issues may be just down to the fact that we're seeing the first iteration of the AMD Ryzen chips, and would expect some of these issues relating to the volts and timings to be fixed with future driver tweaks and updates. So AMD have hit hard in the CPU market, to the point where we are even seeing some online retailers dropping their Intel CPU prices quite significantly, in particular in the US and in the UK. Hopefully we see similar price drops here in Australia so all can benefit from AMD's leap forward. So at the end of the day, if you're looking to upgrade an aging system, it's going to be difficult not to take the AMD Ryzen line of CPUs into account, particularly when you think that we're still yet to see what the 1800X's little brothers, the 1700X and the 1700 CPUs, have to offer in performance and, more importantly, price points. Thanks for watching today folks. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button so we can bring you more great content, and we'll see you around in the next one.